What's up, my good people? Let's get these money messages. Hold on. All right, we're going to get these money messages and see what's coming in finances, career, life purpose, all the good things. All right, money messages. Spirit, what's coming towards my collective? A lot of money. Prepare to count a lot of money. It's a whole lot of money. You're going to see it before it comes. You're going to sense it before it actually hits your bank account. You're just going to know, like, yeah, this is it. This is going to be good. This is going to go big. This is going to go far. This is going to go far. It's going to go big. And you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. You feel me? You're using a gift or a talent. You're going to go far. This is the moment the universe has been waiting for you to say yes. Say yes to the past. Say yes to the dress. Say yes to the... Oh, Lord, you know the song that came on the radio just now. Okay. I hope y'all cannot hear it because it's gonna cause some problems. Alexa, volume 3. I said volume 3. See, I was listening to Afro beats and the entire genre changed. All right. How did we go from Afro beats to rap music? When things like that happen, when I'm on a particular channel, yeah, I'm tapped in. Okay. All right. Oh. Before I look at that card, okay, something is ending. Something to do with your life purpose or whatever you do for work is ending. It says you may leave a position or be terminated. However, there's always a new opportunity ahead. You may change careers entirely. Okay. Something was draining you. Some type of job or career was draining you. You've been really wanting to do something mysterious or the mystical arts or something like that. This is your opportunity. Sextile, allowing. Something is going to be allowed to grow now for you. What's the overall energy, overarching energy? All right, so we have surrender in reverse. Okay, you were meant not to give up on something that you are good at. Subconscious mind, compassion, dreams, karma, forgiveness, baggage, trance state, the unseen, healing, spiritual development, guilt, prayer, Akashic records. So you could be into all those things. Unlocking those gifts, unlocking that, what you've been doing in past lives. You're unlocking something that you've been doing in past lives. Okay, I'm also picking up on Cupid. Okay, 2 angels here. If you've been having dreams, something about the subconscious mind, activating your subconscious mind. I feel like what's coming is you're ending some type of job that wasn't allowing you to really embrace the subconscious mind full time, the way you would prefer. That's what I'm getting. Closed casket. Great match in reverse. It says you are on the verge of finding the perfect work for you. Don't give up. You may need to grow your own business to be truly happy. This is in reverse because I feel like I don't know. I feel like you already, like, nothing is missing. It's not. It don't have to be found. It's already in you. It's just unlocking it. Something inside of you doesn't want to let it out. And so you keep seeking, like you're seeking direction to make sure you're on the right path, that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, because you're supposed to be letting it out like the Kraken. You're supposed to be letting Calypso out, Pandora out the box. You're supposed to be releasing Calypso. Okay, so you're making it harder than it has to be because you're using logic, not your subconscious realm. You have to become childlike, and you have to surrender to that Piscean energy, that 12th house. Piscean energy is it's imagination. It's like you can get lost. I want to say it's illusion. It's like daydream, fantasy. Something prevents you, or doesn't allow you to really get into that mode because you're more logical and disciplined and structured. And it's like, it's until that's unlocked, you have to remove the mask, take off the foo-foo, take off this, take off that. Okay, become naked. I feel like this is something to do with creating something from nothing. All right, freedom in reverse. Okay, so with freedom in reverse, this is an obstruction of your voice. Something being very fixed, being very rigid, like guidelines and parameters that you have to abide by. Okay. Damn, we got protection in reverse. What is this? It's shattered in reverse. All right, so you're being made whole again, and it's like the divine is saying to you, like, you're protected. Everything that happened as far as your career, it was meant to happen. You was meant to feel like, to know what it feels like to have your voice obstructed, to be able to feel like there's guardrails around you that you have to abide by. You were meant to experience all those emotions. You were meant to go through this period of questioning if you're doing the right thing. You were meant to feel like, damn, why am I being spiritual attacked? Why don't I feel protected? Why is my business suffering? Why is this not growing? Whatever it was for you, it's the harder Humpty Dumpty. The harder the head, the harder you fall. The more stubborn you are, the worse, you know what I'm saying? The bigger the lesson. This is about you refusing to surrender to your childlike nature. Maybe you're afraid of being broken, but some of the best work shines from shattered glass. And I know that it's like that doesn't make any sense. Why would anybody want to be shattered? Why wouldn't I live my life to avoid being broken, or avoid being down low, or miserable, or lazy? Who would want to go to that dark place? Do you believe that the valley is a punishment, or the valley is developing character? Because if you go through your valley and you're walking that path and you don't know where the next, you don't know where the next water supply is going to come from, or food is going to come from, but it's not a humbling place of what people describe where it's like, oh, I went through my valley, I was humbled. It's not a one and done. You know what I'm saying? It's a way for you. It's like, think of it like the highway between dusk and dawn. It's the channel that connects you to that great I am. And you have to go to the verge of death. Because in that space, no matter how hungry you are, how chapped your lips are, how you get to a point where you say, fuck it, I'm going. Because that's it for me. This is the end of the road for me. And right when you're still enough, and you can't and you've stopped wondering if you should turn back and you no longer care to move forward, that's when it all comes in. I don't know how to explain it. And in that space, you don't be bitter about how you had to, well, I had to do all this to get that. You don't, it's almost like, oh, good job. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's like, some people be like, you don't know what I went through. I can't believe I had to do that. They were pushed into that. It's not something that they wanted to do. For this next level in your career or success, Source didn't want to push you off the ledge. She wanted you to surrender. No one wants to give a child that's so entitled and, spoiled and expects everything. No one. Not even as a parent. You be feeling like, oh no, now you gonna act like that? I ain't gonna give you what you want. It's the same way the great I am works with us. No matter how old we are, when we realize that in order to really get what we want, what we need, what we're here for, we gotta go back to being a child. And in that space, our character will be tested. Our character's gonna be tried. Okay? To be thirsty and not ask for water is a different type of peace. To be hungry and not steal from the next man eating off their plate, to celebrate them while your stomach is growling, it's a different space. It's not a humbling. I keep hearing someone say, that's very humbling. It's very humbling. It's not humbling. It's a space of peace because you know water is coming. You know food is coming. So you rejoice at the water that the next man is drinking. You rejoice at the food that your neighbor has because it's always been a promise. When it starts to show up in the physical for other people, it's already yours. And so what happens when you think about a baby, right? There are some babies that they'll start having a tantrum and kicking, even real young. They're born with that karma, right? And they'll be like, for the bottle, right? Wanting. And then you give it to them like, here, damn, shut up. Damn, now you got the bottle. You happy? And then they stop crying. So you train them, and you reteach them that the more you fall out, the more you act out, the more you cry, I'm going to give you what you want, because we're operating as karmic energy from the moment they're born. That's how I know they're hungry. You wait to feed them when they're hungry, when they're crying. It's like, oh, they ain't crying, so they ain't hungry. But if you on a schedule, you feed them before they cry, they stop making that your communication meter. When that instinct hits first, you feed them. And they don't cry to eat. They just reach and pull it. They just reach for the boob, pull it out, grab for the bottle, pull it out. Because your instincts tell you before the baby cry that they hungry. How did your instincts tell you? Your boobs may leak. As a mother, if you connect to your kid, you may start to feel like you can start to feel intuitively when 2 or 3 hours pass. So you don't even need the physical manifestation for you to know your child is hungry. Same thing. There are some kids, right? They know they about to eat. And they get excited. They be like, they get really excited, and they go, Maybe it's like they toes curling, and they over there sucking the bottle, and they sucking the boob, and they over there just like, yes, honey, we eat it. It's like if you go in there and you like, it's time to eat, you're about to eat, you always celebrate it. That's like that becomes the positive motion that we generate. So it's the same concept here. It's like, yes, get excited, you about to eat. And that's what the divine is saying here. Like a child, get excited, you about to eat. And so from being out of tune for so long, it makes it difficult to know, to surrender to the signs of the times, because the signs of the times can feel uncomfortable, but that's just the surface level. The more you settle into the emotion, and it comes for all of us in different seasons and different times. Some of y'all may know what that feels like, not from negative experiences, but maybe, it's like, oh, you're describing the same thing that happens when you're taking your body through a transformation, death and transformation. Or you taking we take our emotions through a death and transformation. We take our bodies through death and transformations. But for you specifically, when it comes to money, you need to take your spirit through a death and transformation. You may have the physical down pack, the physical transformation, every other area, but this area of surrender, nah, baby, this ain't your strong suit. It ain't your strong suit, because what's being asked of you is to fail. What's being asked of you is to be shattered. What's being asked of you is to go into the darkness, to walk through the valley, to experience hunger, pain, devastation, karma. People run for them things. Why would I want to do that? That doesn't make any sense. Why would God ask that of you? Hey, this ain't for everybody. Okay? Protection. You will be protected on that journey. This is divine intervention, baby. Longing, missing you, let's talk, reunions got hot. Whew. Progress. Let's go into the shatter, because like I said, what's the shatter energy about? What's this shattered? What's this shattered in reverse? What's this about? So you looking into things to figure out how to manage and save time and delegate and have everything organized and processed and X, Y, and Z. It's like, I'm not running from a challenge. I'm open to it, but it's like the way in which you're being asked to show up. You don't know how to show up in this manner. I don't know. Sometimes doing nothing is doing a lot. I feel like you meant to do nothing. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, you meant to do nothing because you like to do something, because you got collaborate. And sometimes, it's just like being spirit led. I'm here, I don't have a miraculous thing to say. I don't have this is what I'm going to say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just showing up. Something about just showing up. Failure, right? You want to be prepared. You want to know what you're going to do, how to make it land, how to deliver. But you aren't a business. Spirit isn't a business. You can't deliver. You just got to show up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say the wrong things sometimes. Protected in reverse. You don't trust people. Online marketing, protection. You feel like some things are not trustworthy. You can't trust certain people in your industry, your niche, or something like that. Cut down in reverse. You don't want to part with something. Shocked. I'm gonna take you down. I really wanna take you down. Okay, so something was blocked, something was delayed, something was stifled, right? And then you get this unexpected tower moment where it's like, okay, wow, this is gonna be the transformation. This is the transformation that I need. And so you're like, let me get ready, let me prepare so I can perform, so I can get in the game, so I can focus, right? And with great match in reverse, it's like you were being called to go in another direction, and now you want to make something work. Okay, you may have been being called to go into like meditation, quantum healing, maybe even like guided meditation, quantum healing. Because look, you're good at a lot of things, but the meditation, because that's where you are on your journey of surrendering to your Akashic, right? Surrendering to your soul, connecting to that. I feel like, hypnosis, sleep therapy, Akashic, that's kind of the physical, being a physical guide, to help a person go into deep meditation, quantum physics or something like that. That's actually where you're being called to go. But because you don't have maybe the following, the subscribers, or the, that's not your niche, right? And so it's like, okay, let me figure out a way how to cross this over into another lane, right? Let me take this, I could probably convert this over into that. And instead of losing all currency, you just keep transferring currency or converting the currency to something that maybe they're not accustomed to, so you reintroduce it. And so that's kind of like you working the energy without losing the currency. And when I say currency, I mean attention, people, right? Following, subscribers, whatever. So the desire to convert, but they don't know you, so they don't feel like they can trust you to go into the Akashic, right? With surrender here. And so with cut down in reverse, it's like, well, maybe I don't need to cut that down. Maybe I just need to lean into that. I can start with that and then make it happen in this area. So you got some type of mathematic equation playing out in your mind about how you want to do it. Worst case scenario, if all else fails and something is built on some type of fleeting energy or misleading energy, I feel like with runner in reverse, this is like, okay, I'll pivot if necessary, if all else goes wrong. So maybe you're considering like, well, what if this is like bad for business or a bad idea or something like that would show up in reverse. This is like, okay, well, I can manage. I can become too busy where I can't show up anymore. If something turns from being maybe professional to something personal. I feel like you have had bad experiences with things with business and personal being blurry. And so this is like, I'm going to stay busy, or I'm going to keep my head focused so I don't get distracted. So you feel like surrendering is you not being so anal or so protective to the point where you don't network and you don't collab, you don't market, you don't do certain things. And so you're kind of like putting that guard down. But what you need to be surrendering ain't got nothing to do with who you collaborate with or what. It has everything to do with you following your calling. Okay? Your strength is in meditation of some sort, okay? Guided meditation, sleep meditation, being a vessel to physically, like a hermit energy, you know, like a person that helps another person navigate them in the subconscious realm. That's why we got a lot of subconscious energy. But it's like, this is like a gift that you have that you haven't really been able to connect with, as you're getting close to it. So you could be drawn to astrology, stuff like that. But that's getting closer and closer to it. But really, it's like hypnotherapy, meditation, yoga, okay? I was going to say Pilates, but it seems like that may not be your audience right now. Because all of this is like content, like how do I merge this, that. We have the chaser in reverse, fear of abandonment. Okay, so Archangel Michael is pretty much saying, oh wow, so fear of abandonment in reverse, codependency is reverse. It's like you don't have to worry about not being able, like, what if I can't protect someone from this, or what I can't protect that, I don't want to fail in that area. Archangel Michael is saying, an archangel is got that part covered. Thank you, but the archangel got that part covered. Because you can't protect nobody from the unseen anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's nice. It's a nice gesture, but at the end of the day, there's archangels. That's like, this is a collaboration that we want. You literally got collaborate. Okay? And usually both of you have something in common. One person runs from intimacy because it always backfires. Run from getting personal because it always backfires. Another person typically, pursues. And they normally don't pursue. They stop pursuing. And so it's like, okay, to protect this person from making codependent attachments and stuff like that, they had to stop chasing. So what does that mean? What you have to be open to rejection. So a person can tell you, no, I don't want to collaborate. No, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that, and to be okay with it. There should be no retaliation to that. Okay, just like there should be no retaliation to you wanting to be maybe charismatic and it's taken the wrong way. There should be no retaliation for you doing something that comes naturally. So something like that. Because trust me, everybody that does hypnotherapy, sleep meditation, every person that comes to you, they gonna put you on a pedestal and they gonna feel like you are touched by an angel and you finna cure them of everything. And some of them will have blockages that prevent them from being able to really experience the fullness thereof. But a lot of times, I guarantee you, they are trusting you because there's a level of desire there. You know what I'm saying? You know how many people be secretly falling in love for what they with the instructors. Alexa, Alexa, volume 3. They be falling in love with their instructor, their guided meditating, their person telling them about they Akashic and all that stuff, and they be like, oh my God, you're so okay. And sometimes your charisma alone make a person so comfortable that whatever blockages they had is gone for the moment. Okay. And then if we're talking about like Kundalini meditation and stuff like that, you know how many people be up there having orgasms? It's an experience. It's an experience. Okay, they be over there. They be over there. You just do this. Don't even touch them. And they go, I've seen some things, okay? Can you tell? Anywho, so you got backstabber in reverse. And man, nobody got time. Someone here is in your life that walks with that wants to collaborate with you and walks with the type of conviction that even in a room full of snakes, they will walk through the motherfucking room and not a snake will touch them. And even if the snake did touch them, they have the antidote. You understand? So they don't fear getting bit. They don't fear falling down. We perform wonders around here. What the fuck? I'm just saying. That's the way, I like it. I'll tell you this right now. Spirit must like your ass. Spirit must like your ass. They want you. You gotta, there's something in your Akashic that you don't know. You barely scratching the surface. But Spirit said, I know you. Okay, money moves. What I told you. I know you. And when whatever's preventing you from surrendering, unstoppable. Smart decisions, strategic investment, building wealth, making my money work. Okay? This is how you make your money work for you. You have broken promises. Ooh, disappointed expectation, failed commitments, lost trust, words meant nothing. All right, were you in business with somebody? Because it looks like business, like I said, business and personal. There's some type of business and personal connection that you have with someone. And they feel like you said y'all were going to be together forever. Y'all was going to do something forever. And you jump and ship. Clout chaser in reverse. And then we have on red in reverse. So I feel like you aren't egging someone, you aren't ignoring someone, but someone wants to really tell you about yourself because they feel like you acting fugazi or you flogging or something like that. And I feel like you're trying to tell someone in so many ways, like move around. We have closure. Letting go, ending chapters, emotional release, finally free. I feel like you're letting someone know, like, hey, you're done, or someone is letting you know they done with you. And I feel like you're kind of letting them get the picture or the memo by you remaining so busy to the point where it's like you're trying to get them to see, like, hey, I'm not really focused on this right now, so they can choose themselves, love themselves, and be done with you. No filter. Okay, so it says speaking your truth, authentic communication, raw honesty. This is how I really feel. This is why. So it seems like the archangels have brought someone that's going to tell you what you need to know and how you need to know it. All right. Because you meant to surrender. You meant to surrender. Okay. Sometimes you got to get dirty. You got to get sweaty. You got to get messy. And like I said, while this transformation may be happening in the spirit, you may be meant to help someone transform it in other ways. So don't ever think that it's a one-way street. It's always duality. Okay, just like you may not really care to have nobody telling you no shit like this, the other person may not really care to have you over there saying what they need to be doing either. So there's that. But nonetheless, y'all gonna get it done. I feel like y'all gonna get it done. And y'all gonna get out of the way. That's what I'm saying. Because scared money don't make no money. And whatever is required for that next level of success, y'all are just going through the valley. Passive. And y'all about to be making passive income. Shut the front door. Okay, spirit. Okay. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Okay. Okay, family. Closing them doors for the bank account finna be on swole, on fat. We have believe in reverse. Yeah, the key that you were missing. Sometimes you may not believe in yourself. Like, you know it's going to happen, but you don't really. Sometimes you doubt yourself. And so the key that you've been looking for, it wasn't for you to give it to yourself. You were meant to receive it from someone else. That's what Spirit said. You want to get into the Garden of Eden. You want to get into that subconscious realm. You can't use the key. Family. I'm excited about starting a family with you and creating new traditions. Ooh. Career. And then we have unavailable. I'm currently in a relationship with the wrong person, but I will find my way to you eventually. Unavailable. Okay. So you've been procrastinating with getting rid of someone. Which is why the key that was forged for you was hovering over you and you couldn't reach out and grab it. Because you hadn't surrendered a past life or past life contract or soulmate. Is it love? Is it love if you don't cry? Don't mean shit if I don't see tears in your eyes. Someone saying you ain't never loved me. It's my shit right here. All right, we got destiny. Ooh. The door. Look at this shit. Look at this door. The key. Spirit told you. Spirit showed you. And you still ain't handle that. And so this is gonna be the moment you never forget. And then the door here is saying that it's like Spirit was telling you all along, you have a divine destiny to fulfill through your career path. Your work will help elevate the consciousness of this planet. But you ain't really believe though. You ain't really believe. Look at that, the lock. Fall right over the door. Daydream. Having your head in the clouds can be a source of great inspiration, but be careful when your fantasies become an escape from reality, and that's in reverse. You know why you couldn't use this key? Because something was preventing, not surrendering something, was preventing you from accessing the imagination garden, the subconscious realm. You wouldn't even know you was locked up. You wouldn't even know that something was blocking you. Look at that. Intuition in reverse. You, is it love? Is it love? If you don't cry, cry, cry. Don't mean shit if I don't see tears in your eyes. Is it love? Is it love? If you don't cry, cry, cry. Don't mean shit. See, 40 minutes, 40. I gotta go. Trust your intuition, for it knows the way to me. When you listen closely, love's whispers becomes clear. So, someone can't see something. For the protection, there is something that's not allowed for you both to see. You and someone else, y'all can't see something. So trust that you don't gotta worry about saying too much, because you can only see what you meant to see. Period. If spirit put it on your mind and put it on your heart, you saw it for a reason, believe it. Now if you say, man, I don't know, I'm gonna give up everything off of a possibility, man, that's crazy. I don't know if I should do that shit. That's a non-believer. You feel me? Okay. So time is ticking. Okay. Put that on everything. Pressure cooker. It says, be aware of how family influences and social pressures are influencing your career choices. Okay. Trying to get it quickly will stump something. All right, so what's your closing message? I was not trying to be here this long. Oh, you could be married to someone. Are you married, or are you in a committed relationship? It says no marriage. Say no to the marriage or to the dress. I don't know. Spirit, what guidance do you have? You just been put on today. Today you have been put on. Is it love? Is it love? If you don't cry, cry, cry. Somebody could say that, like, you ain't crying, you ain't really sad about this ending, and it's like, you got somebody else, don't you? And you do, but you don't. You do, but you don't. It says date night in reverse. Get ready to be wine and dine. All right, so you're unavailable right now. Trust. You gotta believe and trust. All right, trust is essential for moving forward. Are you doubting the path ahead? Have faith. The universe plans, and in yourself. Take the next step with confidence. Look at this. Confusion in reverse. You know exactly what you gotta do. All right, but loyalty. Addictions in reverse. All right. It's giving, cast that bond woman out. What was that? Sarah and Hagar? Well, free will is at play here. We got liar in reverse. Openness moment in reverse. I feel like the truth is meant to set you free. Okay, they want you to know the truth will set you free. You don't gotta lie about something. We have addictions in reverse, challenges with unhealthy habits and financial struggles. So someone here may have unhealthy spending habits, or unhealthy. It could be addicting. It could be intoxicating. It could be a lot of different things. But it's something that's stuck on a superficial level, and that is as far as it will ever go. Okay, there's a lack of depth here, and you know exactly what you got to do. It's just a matter of you doing it. I don't know whatever that is for you, but that's what they keep saying. You exhausted for a reason. Keep a running, but you can't keep. It says, feel financially drained, lacking valuable options, recharge and regroup. All right. I'll see you in the next one.